My name is Rick Klink, and I've been asked to talk about my charity work that I do and how I got started in that and what it means to me and what it might mean to you. I started when I retired, not so much retired in full, but semi-retired in June of 2013. And since then, I've done a bit of IT consultancy, but aside from that, I started getting involved in charity work. My first, I think, was Footsteps, and this involves volunteering maybe every 6 weeks, on a Sunday night, helping to feed the homeless, or in my case, I'm a trustee, so attending a meeting occasionally. But for most volunteers, it's just helping to feed the homeless. I also help to cook for the homeless. And working at Footsteps, it's very interesting to find out the reasons why people are living on the streets or homeless, or they may receive some accommodation, but basically they're homeless. They're without a home, they don't have a job, they can't get a job. They encourage you to interact with them. You get to speak to them. They open up and they talk to you, and you learn. That's how you learn. And you can share experiences. You can try to help them, maybe. Give them suggestions if they're willing to, or just listen. One of the things that's interesting is learning about how the people end up in that position of being homeless. And some people actually prefer to be homeless rather than have accommodation. They're not all necessarily living on the street. Some of them do have accommodation, but they're living off of benefits, and they don't have enough for food. They just cannot break the cycle of being homeless. They cannot get a job again. And that's primarily because they suffer from depression hugely. They forget how to communicate with other people, particularly at a business level. It's very interesting to find out those that have been in the military and their experiences, which may have led to this problem, where they couldn't get a job after the army, let's say, and they're struggling. The other thing I do is I work in an Oxfam shop. It's nice to know that I can help with Oxfam, working for free. All the donations are sold, and the money goes to charity overseas to help the children and women and whoever needs it, poor, basically, in the rest of the world. It's a very important job, I feel, and it's nice to know that so many people are willing to donate. I'm also the trustee of a charity in Africa, Uganda, as it happens, and they fund projects in Uganda dealing with the poor, mainly children and women. It is of great value. The stories I hear about providing water, food, education on health issues, etc., it means a great deal. And I help to raise funds for that through my contacts. And I'm also an ambassador for a mental health charity called MQ, which helps fund for research in mental health. So important. Not just so much in terms of the causes, but the treatment of mental health. So important. It makes me feel good. I think it would make you feel good, of course, if you have the time. I can't say enough about how much this has changed my life. I'm so glad that I now have the time to spend doing charitable work, whereas before I was taking and helping to provide for a family, as we all do, and now, in my age, at my time of life, I can now give back to society.